What's good, y'all? I'm Lose Takes. Welcome back to another one. You hear me? Hey, we got a special guest today. We got CFT in the building. Go on, introduce yourself, man.
What's good, people? It's your boy CFT, Cowboys fan talk. Some people call me Mr. Rome, whatever you prefer. I want to say I appreciate Lou for bringing me on this show. He is doing his thing. He doing it the right way. He putting in the work, and I recognize real because I've been there. So I'm blessed and privileged to be on this show, and we can get this show rolling.
I appreciate that. Because you know the grind. It
Nah,
can
man,
be.
you trust me. Real recognize real. I see who you've been doing shows with. I see you working, and that is the biggest thing. It's one of those things where you can't microwave respect.
Right.
You can microwave success on YouTube. Sometimes people jump up there, but respect ain't microwave. And I see who you working with, and the people you working with, they don't work with everybody.
Hey, that's a product
So
of Lisa
if
Jackson.
I'm on here, I'm like, hey, I must have got tapped right too, because I see who you reached out to, and that's because you respect their work. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, when I first came into this before, I had to leave mainstream ESPN, the four-letter networks alone. And I'm like, man, I'm tired of just hearing this one side of the story. Can I go to some people who embrace the Cowboys nation? So you know what I'm saying? And that's when the Titans come up. That's when either the J Tucks in the world come up, Laws come up. That's when CFT come. You know, and I'm like, man, hey, this is my type of stuff, and I've been.
You just want somebody that's passionate, that care about the Cowboys for real, and not just care about trying to get you emotionally invested, like
Right.
ESPN. ESPN just want to trigger you and bring up Green Bay every time they come on because they just trying to trigger you. They don't care about what's going on.
100%, and they just trying to sell. I mean, I don't know, sell the next check. I mean, pay the
You
white
watch Cowboy stuff this week. You gonna hear them still talking about Tyler Biadasz. They don't recognize Cooper Beebe quite yet. They don't even understand that he's there.
They behind, and that's you know what? That's a great segue into my next point because this is a great segue. Because I like you was just on the NFC, the NFC East Super Friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why is it everyone is like just sleeping on us and just like so surprised that we have? I know we got that bad taste in our mouth from Green Bay, but it's just they don't understand that, you know, maybe something happened in their Cowboy camp that's giving us this jolt of energy. Why is that?
It's because it's confirmation bias. If you're almost everybody's in the NFL. If you all the time Cowboys is trash, just verbally say it out loud with no context behind it, right? Then you believe it. So anything that seems like it's going in the positive direction, you automatically assume it's not good. It's the prime example of like Trayvon Diggs can come out and break literally the interception record that was held for what? I don't know, like 30, 40 years. Right. Deron Bland can break the return record.
Right.
And they get almost less recognition than a person that might get 4 interceptions. Because it's almost like, it's a Cowboy. I can't give them any credit. But if a player did that on another team, they would be highly touted. I saw Deron Bland get more recognition from his injury. Last year, when he was doing the work and returning those interceptions, he was not acknowledged. It was just the Cowboys are missing Trayvon Diggs. They just weren't acknowledging him at all.
Right.
As soon as he got hurt this summer, literally you go on the shows and one of the first things, well, you know they lost Deron Bland. I'm like, oh, you do know he it's one of those things where they want to confirm their bias and hate towards us. So they can't fathom, well, they didn't sign a lot of people. How can they possibly have gotten better? Because that's how everybody else gets better. But if you were paying attention like we do, you would see like, okay, maybe my stock wasn't as high on Tyler Guyton at first.
Right.
You know, a lot of people were kind of nervous about the pick. But then you hear, okay, he held his own in camp versus DeMarcus Lawrence, and then he held his own versus Micah Parsons. And you're like, I kind of still want to see it versus another player. And then the Raiders play their defensive starters, and you see him versus Max Crosby, who is definitely one of the better pass rushers in the NFL. And he holds his own to the point where Max comes and gives him a little like salute headbutt, like, yo, I see you, rookie, keep working. And it lets you know, okay, we don't have Chaz Green. This isn't going to be a complete debacle, which was a lot of people was thinking, like, we're going to be so bad at left tackle that we're not going to be able to function.
Right.
And I think and that's what ESPN might push to you.
Yeah, 100%. And then so this is why I don't know about you, but like I don't want to sound like this prideful. This is why like I can't really respect anybody else who's a fan of another team. Like just okay, when you was up there with LB, the things he was saying, like from a Philadelphia Eagles perspective, I'm like, dang, bro, this is what your football mind think. Like,
I know Lord Brunson. It's all about what I can say to trigger.
Yeah,
it's just trigger statements. Once you understand that, like I'm a big fan of the 48 Laws of Power, right? And the Art of War and things like that, and understanding your opponent and things like that. When you understand his whole objective is to trigger you,
right?
It ain't got nothing to do with football talk. Then it diffuses the anger that's supposed to follow when he says something. So right. LB might come out and say something crazy, like, man, Cooper DeJean's better than Trayvon did. Just to get you angry, knowing that's not even possible. But he'll say it, and if you show a semblance of anger, he gonna run with it. So that's why I laugh at LB, because that's just what he's here to do. Just like the other day, the main thing that they wanted me to say was, y'all making a Super Bowl run? Because it's and they probably were mad because I didn't want to run with it. I don't do Super Bowl talk with Cowboys anymore. I talk about the next. We got the Browns this week. Let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about something that you're just waiting to say, see, I told you all Cowboys fans think about is going to the Super Bowl. But then when I reverse that and say, no, I'd rather talk about week to week and what we can do to win those games, you're scared to talk about it. No, you just want me to capitulate to what you want me to say. So I'm just going to choose to just not participate. And they got mad. You scared. Whatever. Call me what you want. I'm not going to give you that clip so you can come back in 5 months and be like, see, he was delusional. No, I'm very sound in what I say. You know, I'm not going to jump out the window. I really look, we got a real serious game this week. Unlike them, they out there, we going 10-1 and no. We need to make sure that the best way I can put it, and I ain't trying to change the subject.
Are you good?
The best way I can put it, if people think that the Browns ain't a real team, they need to go back and look what the Browns did to the 49ers. The 49ers beat the anti-lock brakes off us for the last 3 years straight, right? And the 49ers came into their house. I think they was undefeated at the time.
Yeah.
And beat them. And I forgot that the Browns ain't even have Deshaun Watson. They had a backup quarterback.
It was DTR Robinson, I think, right?
They beat them with a backup quarterback, which that should let you know that defense is legit enough to beat the 49ers with a backup. We need to take them very seriously.
I believe so. I mean, the thing is, within Cowboy Nation, what I've been noticing is just it's been two extremes when talking about the Browns. I understand this is a very serious game, but it's either like, okay, we're gonna stomp them, or it's either we're gonna like, we should be like scared, like to a point.
Oh
like,
no, you know, if you watch me, you know I ain't scared. Not me.
No, because I was on Boss Cowboys like last night, and I forgot the coach got on there. He was just like, oh, he was just viewing all these games. I'm like, okay, I understand they beat the 49ers. I understand they beat the Ravens too. But I was like, the thing about the Browns last year, they was a heavy up and down team. They also lost to the Steelers. They also lost to, it was one other team that was like bad. It was like, what? You lost to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some teams in there. It's like you should not, if you this talented team, and then they also got stumped out by Houston. Stumped out. Now I know it was due. It was very much so due. They didn't have a quarterback, but the way they got broken down defensively was eye-opening. So like I'm in between. This is not one of the games. I got a couple of games to schedule. I'm circling, for
it's not a circle game. It's a tone setter.
It is, you know what I'm saying? It's a very much a temperature game. But I got, it's just some more important games I'm circling that's gonna really go on if I'm gonna, buy in on the Kool-Aid, if I'm gonna really lean into my delusion.
My thing is this with the Browns. If we play up to our talent, we can play with anybody. The Cowboys ain't got nothing to do. It's a Cowboys thing. I hate to downplay their roster. They got an amazing roster. When we play up to our potential, we can hang with anybody, right?
Mhm.
But when we go in too big-headed, we get smacked.
Right.
It's like before the Buffalo game, we out there dancing and playing. We got smacked. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But when we lock in, we beat Detroit. I know everybody don't believe it. It happened.
I don't respect everybody's like, oh, y'all barely, y'all. No, it was to me barely. That was a whooping. I ain't gonna lie, they barely let y'all back in the game. In my opinion,
we had a running game. The game we just ran the clock out.
We were, if we had a competent ref to call the clipping call, the game is over. If
we wouldn't even got to that. We
would never even got to the the point of like the controversial him not him going forward like because just right before people vividly forget that Jared Goff threw a nasty interception.
He threw 2 interceptions,
and the one he threw to Dono was like supposed to seal a game. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. So it's one of those things where when we play up to our potential, we can hang with any roster in the league. Mm-hmm. I need the Cowboys to approach this game still thinking about Green Bay because it ain't nothing like doubt and frustration that'll drive you instead of just confidence that we've made it. We should have gotten that Green Bay game, and I've heard them references. I've heard the players bring it up throughout the summer, which is good. I'm not saying they need to harp on it every day. I want them to just realize that when Aaron Jones, 100%. That's my dog, Big Daddy 604. What's good?
What's good?
Hit that subscribe too, man.
Hey, if you don't mind.
Hit the subscribe too, man. Don't worry. I'm going to send a lot of people your way when I do my joint.
You good? You good?
You know what I'm saying?
But
I respect the grind. And trust me, when I first started, a couple of the big names in this joint, Cowboys blog, my boy Joe Rodriguez, my boy Space Cowboy, they did that for me. So that's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it's about.
That's exactly what you do. But
the Detroit
Green Bay game, man, Aaron Jones literally that clip still sits like it's rent free in my brain. He's like, they soft, they front runners. We come out here and punch them in the mouth, and they gonna fold. This was before the game. Now we heard the clip after the game.
Yeah,
when they were doing the little recap stuff, and he was right. They came out. The corners was overly physical. What's that corner they had on their side that was bullying Cook? Jair came out bullying. He pushing CD. Like they came out with an attitude, and we folded.
I mean,
and I hate it because I'm like, yo, that ain't even really we have too many dogs on this side. I don't know. It's like we were shell shocked when I started to see people running wide open.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it's almost like, you know, you get shell shocked, and then like somebody on the team, a coach, a player, somebody like, hey man, snap out of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like what you doing? Like this is not you.
I saw San Fran versus Detroit. Detroit was beating them by like 3 or 4 scores. It was the third quarter. Remember that game in the playoffs?
Yes.
And I saw Debo pull his players to the side and literally was yelling. I don't know what he was saying, but basically snap out of it.
Right.
We need to get a stop. We need to get a score. They got one stop. They scored. We need to get a stop and get a score. They got another stop. But what happened in our game is we were so shell-shocked, they just kept letting them score. And I don't care how good their offense might have been rolling. Our defense was not that bad to where they should have been able to score like 5 straight, like a touchdown on 5 straight drives. So it broke us. And I'm not here to make no excuses. The reason why I bring that bad memory up is that if we walk into this game thinking it's just the Browns, we're going to start this year off how we ended last year. Like, how the Browns beat us like that? Because you was playing. Right. We walk into this game with a renewed sense of vigor, with a renewed a redone defensive scheme. I think Zimmer's going to be playing a lot more sound football, so I don't think people are going to be running wide open. I don't care what's happening. Because we're more sound team. We don't have a lot of freelancing anymore.
It's just, that. What I mean, hindsight is 2020, but You gonna bring the emotion out of me. Oh my god.
Now,
It's just showed it showed I ain't gonna lie, it showed the flaw in the NFL system. One, I don't like the concept when teams go to the playoffs, teams who just got knocked out of the playoffs, they can call your coach and be like, hey, you want a job? And now that's in the back of their ear. Because I'm gonna be honest, that is what Dan Quinn. That's what happened with Dan Quinn. All them jobs.
That's where our adjustments went. First of all, why you in the booth?
I ain't never get on the field like at halftime.
You know, I ain't never. And you know what? One of the first things Mike Zimmer said was like, "Listen, I like to be on the sideline. So when you mess up, I can pull you to the side. Let's talk." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm on your page. It's one of those things where Dan Quinn was not locked in. I don't think a lot of us. Who was it? Sam Williams and Kevontae Turpin had flyers for the post game. They had a party.
Really? See, look.
Yeah, no, that's real. That like, he had already assumed we were going to win because it's the 7th seed.
Did he see like stuff like that? It's gotta make me wonder. Like, did I don't know if Turpin did he muff the punt or something? He didn't give it away, but no one played good in that game except for Sam. Like his discipline. Yeah,
I give Jake Ferguson props. He came. I remember he was showing up, but no one look. Dak was off.
Yes,
Dak was fully off.
Yes.
See, him and CD was now on the same page. CD was mad, and then people say, "Well, it was just because of Dak." No, it was also Jair because he was pushing. He physically was pushing. But then that's why CD went and put 15 pounds on.
Yeah, and I'm pretty.
But who ready to get pushed this year?
The main pie, everybody love to blame Dak. That's why I really, when people say, "Oh,
that's
Dak ain't got no, Dak ain't got no playoff wins," I'm like, okay, I don't want to listen to you. You don't know no ball. Like there's 10 other people on the field that's contributing to that loss. It's probably 2 losses in Dak's career that I really will fully put on him because we ain't gonna talk about when we against the Rams and the defense gave up 200 yards. We're not gonna talk about when for his rookie year, he's going up against a known playoff,
we already know,
legend.
Dak had the game that everybody brags about, Jalen Hurts. He had that his rookie year, where you go against an established quarterback and show out.
Right.
Jalen Hurts did in the Super Bowl, and everybody gives him props for it. Dak did that his rookie year. People just ignore it. He went out there and outplayed Aaron Rodgers for most of the game.
Walked off the field with the lead,
but he lost. Now look, no excuses. He lost.
He did.
But why can one person get nothing but glorified for it, and then my quarterback get vilified? Because
being honest, there's only one quarterback who's pretty much had good playoff success. That's the conversation nobody wants to talk about. It's only one quarterback that's been really, and everybody else has been not up to par. I can pick and choose.
It's this false narrative that if you make a championship game, you safe.
No.
That's false.
Yeah. Football is not about participation trophies.
It's not even about the championship. Look, if Dak Prescott had made a championship game at this point and lost, he would not be safe. People that's the biggest misnomer in sports. If Dak had made a championship game, let's just say 3 seasons ago,
right? It's like, what's next?
Talk would be like, get back, winning it. It would not be, hey man, I've seen what I needed to see.
Right.
Like, that ain't no magical finish line. If we make it to the championship game and lose, the next day they're not going to come on and be like, you know what, the Cowboys gave a valiant fight. No, they're gonna clown us for losing. Like, I don't know why they think that if we made the championship game, that everybody was gonna be like, that's all we wanted to see. We're good here. Right. No, we're still gonna be public enemy number 1 until we win it all. We gotta win it all, and they still gonna hate on us. If Dak win a championship, the first words people gonna say is "do it again."
Oh, it took too long. It took this long. Like, it's gonna be one of them. Because oh my God, I can go on and on.
This is why I say that word triggering. It's so many triggering pitfalls. That's why you got a microphone in front of your face, because now you can speak your mind, and a lot of people can't. That's why look, when I get mad about something, let me turn this camera on. I'm going to talk to y'all. I'm going to talk today. That's how I started. Right out of anger. Like, all right, I got you. As soon as I see something bad, I'm going to talk about it right now.
Right. So, I mean, is there another matchup going back to this Browns game that you think? I know.
Specifically in the game, what I'm worried about,
Mm-hmm.
I am very curious to see how our offensive line performs. Although I'm high on everybody, I'm not worried that they won't be good over time, but they're still rookies.
Right.
And I hope that our fan base ain't unrealistic enough to think that rookies can't make mistakes. Whenever you see our rookies make a mistake every once in a while, just channel back to the fact that every time it was a money down, Tyler Biadasz got destroyed. Every single time it was a money down and he was standing across from a Dexter Lawrence or I'll even say, or a Jalen Carter type player, just somebody that has some pass rush prowess from the middle of the field. If Tyler Smith or Zach ain't get on him, we was in trouble. You know,
Right.
and defensive coordinators knew how to scheme that up. They would run pass rush games to get him singled up. And Biadasz, look, he was a hard worker. He worked his way up to where he was at. I wish him nothing but the best. But power in this game, as Vach would say, he's a hat on hat guy. I'm gonna just get in front of you. After that, may God be with me. I can't do much. I'm trying to trip you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, you know, so I'm worried about the offensive linemen. I wouldn't say worried. That's a bad word. I'm interested to see how they perform because they definitely, especially Guyton, because he got Garrett.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah. I mean, I feel like, you know, because I'm an offensive line guy. I'm always paying attention to the O line. You know what I'm saying? It's funny enough, we're more worried about the first round pick this year than the fourth round guy. That should just tell you. That should tell you alone, like how much.
BB's pedigree is right there. If it was the year before, BB would have went higher.
Yeah, 100%. And he has the tools.
Back in Scovia that came out a year before, he wouldn't have made it to us. He's probably a second round pick at bare minimum. So we got the pedigree. He's gonna be fine. Yeah. You know, and I think Guyton got all the athleticism. Guyton he got to work on his hands. He need to get more power.
Okay, who your quarterback?
See, those are the type of people. Those are the type of people that like I can't really give you too much energy.
I can't.
You want me to think that somebody can accidentally trip and fall and become an all-pro at a position that only has 2 all-pros a year. So no, all these quarterbacks that played last year, the guy that can't hit a barn or whatever you were saying, he won it. But Josh Allen, he didn't get all-pro last year, right? And Patrick Mahomes, he didn't get all-pro. And I know he's the champion. I'm just saying, all these great quarterbacks that played, only 2 got it. And somehow our guy got it. So I don't know how he did it. It must have been an accident. What I was saying, back to the trenches talk, where I was interrupted by a cornball. I want to just see Guyton show me he can battle. Like when Crosby gave him that salute, like that headbutt. It's not about. I mean, this ain't a movie. This ain't Hoosiers. It's just showing respect. Like, I see you. Mm-hmm. I know you're gonna be in wars this year. I see you, and he gonna have his plate full. But I love his attitude. He didn't win every battle that day when he played against Crosby. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He ain't gonna win every battle, but he's shown me throughout the summer he got the right attitude.
That's all you can ask for. Like, that's all you can ask. Sometimes as a footballer, that's all you can ask for. Like my old coach used to say, "Listen, look, we watch film like on the weekends to correct it. But one thing I want to see you do, if you f up going 1,000 miles per hour, I'm gonna direct your energy where it's supposed to go."
Facts.
And when I see the get off, the want to, that's something. I'm not even gonna lie.
You can't teach it.
I can't. You can't teach effort.
Look, we can flip it. We on our own team. I hate to do it. But the year before last, our previous year's first round pick, we've all had thoughts of questioning want to with Mozzie.
Yeah.
And you hate to do it because he's a Cowboy, but and we heard it was a lot more mental than physical, but his mental wasn't there. The want to wasn't quite there. We're hoping it rounds back out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they trying to get that dude up out of here. They ready. Hey, my minds don't play. Nah, but what I was saying is Guyton will be fine because Guyton wants to be great. He knows he got the right idea. If you work hard in Dallas and you put in work and you start to make like some momentum, you will be great.
I mean, hey, at least you have awareness. You coming in here.
I see it with the no, that was a bad signing, but Deshaun Watson ain't helped them beat a good team last year. That defense is formidable. We cannot ignore that defense.
We can't.
Look, let me tell you what ignoring the side of the ball looks like. It looks like our division rival. It looks like Philly.
Say it again.
Yo, we got Saquon and Dotson and all this extra stuff, and that defense got more holes than the golf course. And that's fine. They're gonna realize it. They're gonna realize it this Friday when the receivers running wide open.
Yeah.
So
when the running back running wide open, like, and then
so Cleveland's gonna get that ball to Jerome Ford, who is a decent running back. I know y'all don't know him. Pay attention. Jerome Ford will get a heavy dose of Jerome Ford, and they're gonna be like, let's see if this Dallas run defense is real. So I hope that Linval is ready. Get you an energy drink. I know you old. Linval need to be ready. Jordan Phillips need to be ready. Osa, it's gonna be a gritty game. We in their house.
I am more comfortable than I was last year. I'm tell you that. I'm 100% more comfortable. Look. I don't like. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like for the entire NFL, barring any injury, like even though these guys we got is like not jumping off the screen, all I'm asking for is just bigger bodies for your guys have to lean on for 4 quarters, and we have multiple big bodies that you got to lean on. So it's not like situational. Oh, they're getting tired. No, and now we got active linebackers.
And we got experience.
We got experience.
So the gentlemen they've been in wars. They look. Jordan Phillips, I know he's long in the tooth, but he know how to play D tackle. This ain't like riding a bike. He's played against all of the top offensive lines and stuff like that. I ain't saying he dominates everybody, but he know how to play.
They are sleeping.
Longer in the tooth.
Sleeping.
They know how to play, and that's Mike Zimmer really appreciates experience. He's not going out there playing around. That's why about 3 weeks ago, he came out because that's the thing I like about Zim over Quinn. Zim just said it. Yo, we need D tackles. So
he ain't gonna
get D tackles. We ain't gonna be right. And they went and signed something like he ain't trying to dance around it. Look, man, I know you see we got D tackles on the team. It ain't gonna work. I need
something to work with.
Look, and then within the next couple of days, we went and got Phillips, and then the next week we got Joseph. That people say that we was giving up on people. Nah, it's just like I gave y'all a shot. I've been watching camp like everybody else. I don't see it. And I'm on a 1-year deal. I need this to work. If Zim had 4 years, he might have just waited on Mozzie. All right, it's cool. When you got a 1-year deal, hey man, give me some veterans because I ain't playing with y'all.
That's the difference. That's the main difference between DQ and Zim, which is funny enough because they are on different sides of the age bracket. Laziness. DQ got lazy. DQ saw all that
on his stars, man.
He leaned on his stars heavy. We were a heavy bend but don't break team. Matter of fact, it came. It'd be some drives.
Don't break. It was risk. We were a risk defense.
Yes.
Take a chance. It was go for the interception.
Go start
even if it's gonna give up the big play, focus on the interception.
Right.
And you know what? When it's a bad team, those philosophies work. But when it's a team that's going to scout and break down your deficiencies, you have to adjust. We had no second pitch. We had a real good fastball. And once
good hook.
They hitting the fastball. What we supposed to do, coach? I
don't know. Keep trying it. Keep trying it. I mean,
that was it.
That was like, what you mean? Keep trying it. Like we need something else. I mean, that's the Zim was different with Zim. He's gonna tell you, okay, we're gonna throw a hook here, coach. Why we throwing a hook here? I'm gonna tell you why we throwing a hook. I got some cooking up in the back end. All this is just one big rocking scheme. You gotta get the cogs turning in his wheel.
Think about the lies that Quinn told us. Quinn used to be like, we're going to move Micah around like a chess piece. And then the game starting, Micah be like, I'm on the edge.
I'm gaining weight.
One play out of this whole game, I'm going to come up the A-gap. But that's it. Zim literally, the reason why I know he's telling the truth is because it's showing in camp. people said a lot of the plays Nealon is starting, right? And Micah starting off the ball. Not to the detriment of Micah can't. It's like, okay, these first 2 downs, you ain't gonna know where Micah's at. Sometimes on a pass rush down, he might come off the edge. Sometimes on a pass rush down, Tyler Biadasz is gonna have to look on 11 in his eyes like,
huh?
I gotta block him today.
Raggy.
You know, and look, like say for instance, like when we play Philly last year, they them like, cool, it's Micah versus Jason Kelsey. I don't care how good you think Cam Jurgens is. He ain't never went against 11. So good luck with that. Because
that's another thing. That see, like, I don't even want to get in the Eagles. Y'all think y'all gonna be good? Yeah, I mean, y'all think the run game gonna be good, but y'all getting Saquon, but you're losing not an All Pro, a first ballot Hall of Famer. And
you look down on 2 of them. They had 2 Hall of Famers retire. Fletcher Cox gonna be Hall of Famer too.
Yeah. So like,
look, man, I'm not trying to downplay. They have, if we had those offensive pieces, I would be excited too.
Yeah.
I would also be nervous about the other side of the ball.
I was nervous when we lost Travis Federer. When the moment I got the news saying, "Wait, he got what?"
Yeah, I still ain't recovered.
Wait,
Cooper
what?
Beebe's gonna help me recover because I ain't right.
Wait, what?
I know
go every time
every time it's a money down. Like we playing the Jets, money down. You watch Quentin Williams just throw Tyler get out the way. Like, and then Dak already moving. But the problem is when you have those plays and Terrence still can't hold up. So now Dak ain't got nowhere to run.
And we got to pray Tyron
One
Smith
of them got to hold up.
Week.
Dak ain't athletic like Lamar Jackson, and that's fine. I don't need him to be. But both of y'all can't break down.
Right.
Now, Tyler Guyton looks like he's going to make, outside of Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett is strong. Myles Garrett's going to dominate some of the best left tackles in the game. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But for what I see with my Tyler Guyton's thing is, since he's so tall and he's so quick with his feet, to get around the edge, you got to be exponentially fast. Even Micah is having trouble getting around because he's so long. So
I'm calling Tyler Doppelganger Guyton because he can hear the hell out of you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like a cartoon character.
Get around because he moves his feet like a power forward, if you want to be honest. So
Bear.
When you go to run around him, he's tall and long enough to where if he extends, the amount of space you got to run around him, the quarterback already stepped up into the pocket. That's his best attribute. Now, if someone want to run through the middle of you, like Myles Garrett he might have a little problem because speed to power is going to be his kryptonite.
Yeah.
But that's only for the top tier strong. A regular guard, a regular edge, he gonna be able to just anchor. I don't think you could just anchor Garrett out the way. Garrett is going to get past you. But most people are not going to be able to get past him.
I mean, if I was Tyler Guyton, I will be like Myles Garrett is very, very dominant, but there is games he will disappear. That Texas game is a game he disappeared. I will vastly look at Laramie Tunsil's film.
But he's gonna be. Everybody gets up for us.
Yeah,
he'll be up for us.
Yeah, he's gonna be up. I mean, who won?
But look, when we got
Lights Up Bright,
Washington,
you know what I'm saying?
We got Dorrance Armstrong across from Guyton. I ain't losing no sleep. I'm sorry. I know Dorrance game. I look. What did Shaq say? I was unfamiliar. I'm familiar with your game. I know your game. I know what you are a hustle man sack, which means you gonna be around when Micah didn't chase somebody into you. You're not gonna beat nobody yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
But when you don't got a Micah,
who are you?
That's my point. So I got Guyton with most of the edges in the division. I worry about.
I'm worried about the Eagles, dude. Who they just got? He's pretty good.
I'm not worried about Huff. I'm sorry.
Bryce Huff. He's a star in the making. We can't sleep.
Huff got
a star in the making.
Huff got a little bit of Dorrance Armstrong.
He ain't Hassan Reddick. He ain't Hassan Reddick. But you know what I'm saying?
That's who I would have worried about. Brian Burns.
Oh, Brian Burns too. Yeah.
He worries me.
Yeah.
But Huff is an effort sack person. He ain't got a lot of tools. Like he ain't about to give you no work. I'm sorry.
Shout out to John. John, please. You prefer the risk. Oh my God. If you just knew, if I could show you.
Yeah, but when you can't, but that's my point. I don't have a problem with what John said. I understand. Love turnovers. If you love turnover, you should have enjoyed our preseason because you can see the turnovers ain't leave. We still getting turnovers.
Still getting
Because Al Harris, which was a part of that secret sauce, he's still here. So, but you got to marry risk averse with discipline and doing your job integrity. As I heard Zimmer preach all offseason when he has spoken, it's do your job so somebody else can have success.
Right.
So D tackles, do your job. Stop being pass rush heavy. You remember Antoine Woods?
Yep. Short, stocky guy. It was a night.
That should have played the run way more than he was trying to get sacks.
Right.
Whenever he tried to freelance and go for a sack, we would get gashed. Whenever he would lock in and do his responsibility, he would have more success. I think Zimmer is preaching, hey, like even for Micah, and I know this sounds like you know what I'm saying, like sacrilegious to bring up Micah in this vein. But Micah would get pass rush happy a lot of games to where the ball is snapped. He 10 yards up the field because he's so fast.
That lack of foundation pissed me off about Dan Quinn's philosophy, because it's like when I hear that they was stunned whenever they wanted to. Like,
that's my point. It was freelancing, and you were allowed to attempt to jump a route without any type of who's behind me. So then you get I was trying to jump the route. Well, Micah then rushed up the field and loved and squirted inside the tackle, and he then rolled out. So before Micah can get to him, because he's barreling down, the dude running 30 yards free because somebody wanted to. I thought the route was doing this. Green Bay ain't do nothing but run our old Kellen Moore offense against us as far as option routes. All they did was make the DBs bite on other routes and squirt somebody out the back.
Yeah.
And there was nobody that was like, yo, well, whose man is that?
We all look like, man. I hate that.
If it happened once, I'd have been like, cool. Everybody get a busted play.
7 times?
Yo, it was just like, yo, man, like, okay, play. Like, are we playing with 6 people? Like, where's the defense at?
I'm counting on the field. Like,
no. Punt return. Back. I don't know what y'all like. I would rather they just ran the ball down. They just let people run open.
At least the whooping is nice. It's just slow.
We got Jordan Love. It's kind. He need to send us a thank you note. He wasn't getting paid to that Cowboy. That Cowboys game got him a bag.
100%.
One game.
100%. 100%. 100%. All right, we're gonna take a little break, y'all. We're gonna. This is a word from the sponsors real quick.
Facts.
Hold on, a little technical difficulties. All good.
You all good, man. Do your thing.
There we go. It should have been win.
Allen pulls the trigger. Sliding catch made inside the 10 by Diggs. Oh, how did he get out of it? Touchdown, Buffalo!
Yeah, man, that's the sponsor. Play Like Alive. Hey, the directions on how to get the app is in the description below. Make sure to join the league. Lose takes. Right now the pot is $200. More people join, the pot will get larger. You see how to play? It's a fantasy league. We go game by game, drive by drive, and it's a trivia. Basically, if like say for example. Say the Cowboys are playing, you'd be like, okay, who finna score the touchdown this game on this drive? Is it gonna be Terrence Ferguson? Gonna be CD? You guess. If you get it right, it's a point for you. Everything else should be more explain. So yeah, hey, join up, join the league. Yeah, support, tap in. But hey, we right back to it. Man, all this we talked about. We serious about the Cleveland game. Listen to the last topic. This is the most annoying topic I know.
Hey, man, let's do it.
Another Monday. We are less than a week away, and Dak still doesn't have a contract.
Yeah, man.
It is picking up serious steam on how just delusional and how dangerous this can get. What are your thoughts on at this stage right here?
I'm going to tell you, it's going to sound like I'm talking on both sides of my mouth. I feel like the Cowboys will sign Dak Prescott before the season starts, to be clear. The main reason is because I really can't. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are like, they bluffers. So they bluff game pretty strong, but I don't really feel like they got it in them. You don't got the cojones to just because you start you got they in there with the whiteboard. Let's say you in the little star joint where we do the draft. They putting stuff. There's probably a whiteboard you can't see behind the star, like on the other side, right? And let's do pros and cons, right? And when you start really just being like, all right, we let Dak walk. So what's the plan? Because people say stuff like, yo, trade Micah. I've heard trade Micah. He got the most. You get multiple ones, then you trade up. Okay, so rip a hole in your defense. Rip like a dying star hole, and you trade one of the best. Even if you don't like Micah Parsons, he a top 5 defender in the NFL, and that's being generous. Like, I don't care if I don't like the way he do whatever. You know how good he is. Trade him? Are you crazy? So, or like I heard the other day, trade CeeDee Lamb to go get Shedeur Sanders. It's like, so Shadeur's going to throw to Tolbert
and Brooks, and
even if Flournoy turns into what I think he can turn into,
right?
Even if, like I've been calling him lately, even if Flo like really starts the ball, this is a gamble. It's a major gamble, and you're doing this for what? And this is where the logic comes in. Like, this isn't Dak like 36, and we're holding on to the man, it just ain't work. It's probably time to move. This is like the time, like the prime of the quarterback, where you're seeing everything differently. I don't care how last year ended. He definitely seeing everything. He just came off an all-pro year. That ain't you can't just ignore that. So you want to wait till your quarterback becomes an all-pro and be like, I'm done with that. It just don't add up to me, to where I'll see people speak glowingly about like a Trey Lance, right? All summer it was a little battle. Now last year we made the trade in August, and I blew a game. If you want to laugh today, go find my Trey Lance video, my live stream from last year.
Tap in.
Because I lost it last year. Because I was like, this is the stupidest trade. We wasting draft picks. And back then people killed me, especially the Dak people that hate Dak. You don't know what he's gonna turn into. He was this, that, and the other. He just officially, as of today, lost the Cooper Rush.
My God.
He is not the second quarterback. Todd Archer reported it. He's officially the third. And this is the kicker. He lost a battle where the other dude didn't even fight. This wasn't blow for blow. This wasn't, Coop, you get half and I get a half.
He threw all the punches.
Coop, you get 2 quarters. Trey Lance, you get the rest of every game. You play almost the whole preseason. Cooper Rush ain't even gonna play. You know what? Look, this is a great analogy for you guys. It's kind of like what's happening with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. They had their battle. Kendrick won. Can't nobody deny it. And Drake been dropping music every other day. And somehow, Kendrick keep looking better. like I'm watching Trey Lance play the entire preseason, and every throw he making Cooper Rush look better than what if Cooper Rush was playing. So
hold on. Hey, put all the quarterbacks in the chat, Erwin. Of all the quarterbacks you think better than that,
he should be carrying his luggage on this. See, like I can't. That's the type he got that Laura Brunson syndrome. He's just trying to trigger him. I can't take him seriously. when a person don't like Dak and they come with like, and I know we was talking about the contract. I'm sorry.
You good. This is all.
When a person don't like Dak and they just come with like takes that don't make any sense, like he can't even throw. It's hard to take you serious. When a person don't like Dak and they actually lead with, listen, I know he can play. I've just seen him in a couple of moments not come through like I would have wanted him to. But overall, he's still a top 10, top 8 quarterback. And he's definitely a franchise quarterback. I just want him to show up. Like, if you come with logic, I'm all ears. Let's talk. Let's talk about why those particular moments he might have failed. And we can have a real constructive conversation. But when you say something stupid like he can't play quarterback, I can't take you serious, because then what is all these other dudes in the league that's not one of the best quarterbacks in the league? How are they considered? So everybody should retire? If Dak should retire, everybody? Because you're not going to look me in my face and tell me Dak can't play and then be like, well, Justin Herbert get busy. Why, can't he throw the ball 80 yards? Like, I'm trying to figure out.
Talk about it.
Dak can't play, but Jalen Hurts, who had 20 turnovers last year and 15 interceptions, that's fine. Like, or
talk. This is what we got to deal with. This is what we got to deal with.
That should retire too. The entire league should retire, because if he's not good, who is? I'm just trying to listen. Somebody gonna have to tell me, because you gonna run short. Even if you want to say, okay, you got Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, you run out of those real quick. Then what?
Romo was never an All-Pro.
Yeah, man, you don't gotta start lying.
You ain't gotta start lying. I'm sorry, he was never an All-Pro.
I know you wanted him to be.
Hey, Google is free. Google is free.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where if Dak's not good, who is?
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
You get through that 5 people, like I said, I be giving people passes, because I can argue the Josh Allen's thing down too. But if you want to use let's use the obvious people that they give credit to. If you want to do Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, I'm just giving you. Like,
I feel you. But
then what? Yeah. Then it get real spacey. Like, don't look me in my eye and be like, yo, Trevor Lawrence is nice. No. Don't be trying to tell me that Jared Goff better than Dak. No, I'm sorry. So this is what makes me mad, because it's like, oh, so y'all not even gonna try. Like, Dak can't play, but all these other dudes can. Like, he threw 36 touchdowns last year. I'm supposed to think that just happens on the regular.
Yeah, like this is normal. If
and then normal, you look in my eye with a dude that threw 22 and be like,
let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it, because I'm gonna be honest. I got Dak like top 4 in the league, and everyone hates me for it. But this is my justification. I value what you can do without. I love how y'all bring all these other quarterbacks in the mix, but I seen them when they had nothing, and then they front office worked magic. That's the difference between Dak and these other quarterbacks and Dak. They have a front office that's actually willing to buy into them and actually help them out and elevate their game, plus their stats. And now it's got y'all crippling.
No. See, because you know what they do? They try to penalize us for scouting. So they'll say, "Oh, you guys always got receivers. You always," and I'd be like, "Yo, man, the Cowboys haven't drafted a high weapon since CeeDee Lamb. Before CeeDee Lamb, the other high-priced weapon we had was Amari Cooper." Yeah. People like, see, he had Cooper. I say, yo, what was the year when we got Amari Cooper?
But like, remember the year.
It was 2018, big dog. Like 2018.
It's not correlating. Y'all loved it. It's like y'all minds get jumbled. Like
41 when we had
they love it. They love it.
When Cooper's running around.
They love to think we had just a great overpowering super team when Dak was a rookie, but they forget who. Name me just one player on the defense. Just name me a cornerback on that defense. Let's talk some football.
Let's really draft so well. You shouldn't have to get draft picks. Well, I say, well, what about the teams that draft well and get free agents?
And get free agents?
What about the teams that do both? Oh,
Niners.
Yeah, like that's different. No, it's not. That's what it's supposed to look like. And I'm not. Look, let me not be unrealistic. I don't expect us to pay Micah, Dak, CD, and go get all the high-priced free agents. I'm not crazy, but I'm not asking for that.
Say it again.
We should have gotten 2 mid-level D tackles in March. We shouldn't have waited to get Jordan Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
You could have made that trade in March, knowing that you needed that. The same way that we attack linebacker this year is all I've been asking for. Go get a veteran. If a room is weak, go get a veteran, Eric Kendricks. Then draft somebody for the room, Maris Lewifau, right? And then the rest of the depth might come from different places. But that is how you ensure that a room is doing well.
The way the Cowboys do things is we treat the draft and free agency all in one like thing. That's what people understand. So, and you only got so many picks. Like, you know what I'm saying? You only got so many in a round of 7. And then the Cowboys fill out the roster with undrafted free agents. This is what Dak has to deal with. Y'all don't.
Just like, look, to your point, just like, look, prime example. The running back civil war we got going on in our fan base. People mad at Zeke. People mad at Dalvin. I don't hear not enough people mad at Jerry or Will. Because this shouldn't be an issue. We had all year. It's like failing a test because you want to study 20 minutes before. You wouldn't be arguing about Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook if when it was free agency, your front office addressed the situation. They should have addressed it. We should have went and got somebody. If you wanted a good veteran, there was like 6 or 7 veteran running backs on the market. Jacobs was out there. Derrick Henry was out there.
Derrick Henry was cheap, man. Like,
if you didn't want one of those, fine. I'm going to draft one. We still didn't do it. Then after the draft, as you know, Lou, there's always a little post-draft free agency. For the people that right before the draft, they stop signing people because they kind of wait to see who they get. Post-draft free agency, we still was waiting. And then you know what they did? Go ahead and call.
You know, here, man. Y'all over here crying. Y'all ain't showing up to y'all ain't paying $300 a day.
They get mad at me. That's like you giving me some bad ingredients to make a dinner. I'm gonna make it do what it do. I ain't necessarily super excited about it. But look, you gave me this great value mozzarella. I'm gonna make a pizza.
100%. Right.
But the way they doing us, I'm supposed to be mad at the mozzarella. I'm not mad at the ingredients. Zeke is here. If you wanted better players, the people that had the ability to go get them should have did it. Don't get mad at me. If it was up to me, you would be looking at Derrick Henry in a Cowboys jersey.
Hold on, let me pack. I only respect one name, Mahomes, on this list. That's the only name I respect. Love just got in this conversation.
You can't give me Purdy.
You cannot give me Purdy. I'm sorry. That's one name I will not ever. Because you know why? This team we're playing this week, they lost to the Browns. And you know why they lost to the Browns? Because they look completely different when they lose a Christian McCaffrey, a Trent Williams.
Why you think he was
either one of them?
Camp?
He looks completely different. So that you know what that tells me is that you can't do it without. I can't wait till he get paid because you can't afford everybody. I can't.
He's just saying. Yo, I'm looking at the back of this list. He's just saying people.
He's just saying people. Jalen Hurts. What about last year? What did he do last year? Everyone blamed the energy. I had a tweet. It went crazy in the Eagles community.
Let me guess. Because he beat Daniel Jones in the playoffs. That's where your respect from. That's the win. If
keep going.
Prescott had Daniel Jones in the divisional.
No, keep going. Christian McCaffrey at quarterback.
Like week 1 last year when it was 40 to donut. That's how we would do the Giants if we had them in the divisional.
If we would have faced 49ers without Brock Purdy and they didn't have a backup, they were running out Christian McCaffrey and Wildcat. I would love that route. Everyone loves to forget that route that they had. That route was nothing in a route.
I can't take people like Lou. We can't take him seriously.
I can't take him seriously.
Listen.
I can't. You can't.
The people like you can't tell me that Jared Goff is better than Dak Prescott. You just can't. I know. Look, if we're going to just do playoffs, right? If we're going to do playoffs, then we got to start just giving like, what's my man that played for the Browns last year? He deserves to be. He ain't on enough top list for me. The old guy that came off the couch.
For the Browns, you talking about Flacco?
Flacco, why he don't get all the love in the world? He got a chip.
You know why? Because this is understood.
I saw him busy in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Where is Flacco love?
Tell him why.
Flacco better than all them dudes that you just named. Flacco better than Josh Allen? Don't throw a stat at me. We just because it ain't about stats, right? So don't throw no. Josh Allen had 30 rushing touchdowns. I don't care about none of that.
No, I don't care about
Flacco,
that. Josh Allen is the reason why the Bills don't have a championship right now.
My point is, when I say something like, "Yo," then Flacco should be held in the same regard as a Matthew Stafford They both got a championship. They both got a chip. They even. So Flacco and Matthew Stafford the same person? No. Then you're going to start throwing stats at me. But we can't use stats. This is why this argument gets real stupid. It ain't just about what happened in because what's my man that played for the Bucks?
Who, Brady?
No. The one that
got Baker Mayfield right now?
No, the one that got the Super Bowl with them back in the day. He a coach now.
Oh, Vince Wilfork?
No, the quarterback. What's his name? He is never good. He got dragged to a Super Bowl by Warren Sapp and them.
Oh, I do not know that quarterback. I know who you're talking about. I know he.
My point is this: there's a bunch of quarterbacks that got dragged to a Super Bowl. Eli Manning made a couple of good throws, but if it wasn't for that pass rush, he don't got no chip.
So look at the Cowboys. Why is Aikman never mentioned in the same breath as a Steve? You know,
he got 3 of them things.
Dan Marino, Steve, why Tom Brady? Why y'all
have
the logic
when it's hate. When it's hate, you can bring up stats.
You can bring it up.
You can say Troy Aikman's stats was terrible. So you can bring them up when it's hate. But when it's just about championships, don't bring me stats. You see how this works? It's called confirmation bias. Brad Johnson. Yeah. No, that wasn't Brad Johnson. What was it? What is his name? Trent Dilfer.
Brad Johnson? Trent Dilfer. Yeah.
Super buns. He got a chip. He is super garbage.
How many years did he last in the league
That's my point. Like, he got that one chip because the defense was phenomenal, and I'm supposed to consider him one of the better quarterbacks because he got a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer can't wash. Yo, man. I'm trying not to be disrespectful.
Context is king. That's what
I'm just saying, like, so when people just narrow it down to it's chess playoffs. It's everything. Yes, playoffs are important. And so is regular season stuff. You can't just throw it out. You can't. Matthew Stafford's career would be considered a complete failure until he went and got it done. But the irony is, a lot of people consider him good before he went to the Rams. If he wasn't considered good, the Rams wouldn't have traded for him, crazy people. He was in the league for like 12 years. The Rams said, I can see his talent. Now, let me ask you a question. Without playoff drives or with playoff success, right? If Matthew Stafford had no playoff success that would point to him being a good player, why did Sean McVay want to trade for him? I mean, that I'm speaking for she's like I know you know the answer to it. My point is, it's because you can see it with your eyes. You could play.
You turn on film. He knows X's and O's.
It had nothing to do with just playoff success because he had none. But he could play. Just like when we say, we can see it. Dak can play. He don't have the playoff success, but I can see it.
Here's the whole. This is what debunks that whole playoff logic. First of all, this narrative was created by the mainstream media, but it's actually dumb. You know why?
Of course.
Only one particular quarterback, probably out of 32, will actually have true success in the playoffs. Why is that? Well, the playoffs is a tournament, one elimination style game. So the moment you lose, you out, and you can't improve that record.
Your entire career don't leave.
You can't. You gotta go. You gotta wait till you gotta get back there the next year and actually do something different. And
think about it. Everybody on Dak, they said, Dak, you've been in the league for 9 years, or 8 years, going on 9. It's over for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in 2018, we got 2 other quarterbacks. In 2018, we got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. So that means to tell me within the next year and a half, if they don't win a Super Bowl, which is very possible, if they don't get it done this year, because one, I'm going to cancel each other out just by default. They don't get it done this year, that means in a year and a half that the Bills should move off of Josh Allen. If he don't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, he's going to be in the same time frame that y'all keep saying, you've had Dak long enough, he hasn't got it done, move on. So Josh Allen, they should move on from him in 2 years. Because I don't see the Bills roster is at one of its weakest points.
Ever.
I don't see no championships coming from them.
Ever. He don't have nobody to throw to this year.
Lamar Jackson, he just lost his defensive coordinator. there's a lot of big changes. The biggest thing that the Cowboys got, it wasn't free agency, is continuity. We got a lot of our players returning. A lot of them. Our core is, there's no like, we got a couple of rookies sprinkling with a whole lot of people that's been there, done that, and know how to get back there. We just got to learn how to finish. We got to learn how to finish, but we know how to get back there. No question. We actually got more veterans on this team than we had last year.
Which is crazy.
I think it's good, though. I think last year we was a little too green.
Yeah.
We had Marquise Bell running at linebacker.
Come on. Like somebody, come on. Like,
My-
we playing
Yeah,
Russian
and-
roulette
and-
with
to be a
left
safety.
tackle. Like, this is what y'all gonna be better this year? I mean, dog, the bars that were set by our previous starters are so low.
Lou, let them.
Yeah, you're right. Keep sleeping.
I want look because I think that a lot of teams do they do listen to ESPN.
Yes.
So I think that the Browns think we sweet,
Mm-hmm.
and I want them to think like that. I just don't want us to treat. I don't want the reverse. I want the Browns to look at us like, man, they lost like 8 starters. It's over. But I want us to look at the Browns like that's the team that beat San Fran. We need to take them seriously. But they can sleep on us.
What history?
Man, shut up.
What history? Just what history? I mean, shout out to them, but they historical losers.
No, this your, you know how you having a debate and you in your last ditch part.
That's that Drake.
Everything.
I don't know why.
No, this is the partner in the debate. And you just go to it's different in Dallas. Yo, when you get somebody that say it's different in Dallas, the debate has been lost. Oh, now the standards for Dak Prescott is different than everybody else because it's Dallas. Shut up.
And you know what?
Dallas.
Hey, that's this football 101. That is the recipe to win with any team, honestly. And that's all we were just trying to get y'all to understand. But look, this was an amazing show. Fun,
yeah, man, we got to tap in and do it again, man. Maybe we'll get Tuck and Emmett on the joint.
Yeah,
and we do a little group joint.
Hey, just let me know. Hey, make sure to tap into CFT. Follow
now, y'all make sure y'all tap into Lou. Y'all hit the subscribe button.
I'm trying.
Lou putting in work. He on his grind. And I know today I probably took him off. Look, we ain't do no technical talk. That's my expertise. So don't get mad at Lou. Blame that on me.
Oh, no, you good.
We
are healthy.
We off road today. He's like, man, what you doing? We going off road today. Cool.
Hey, but listen, this is amazing though. You know what I'm saying? So hey, if we hit something, make sure you hit in the comment section. If you're doing a run back, tell me like if give me. I want to hear you. I'm listening. I'm watching. Show me what you think about that. How you feel about this? This Cleveland game. Until next time, y'all.